Good morning. Welcome to Exposè. This morning I'm going to be dealing with an issue that occurred here in Barbados with a family, law-abiding family, Christian-minded, decent, and whom have never been in trouble with the law or any institution within Barbados. And for some reason, they were subjected to the most traumatic, horrifying ordeal they've ever experienced in their lives. I'm saying this because it could happen to anyone in Barbados. Barbados has now gotten to a stage where things can happen to anyone, no matter who you are, class, color, or creed, and it will look to be swept under the rug. Let me start and jump straight into it. Now, on the 5th of July, this family, consisting of a husband, wife, and daughter, were living comfortably in their apartment where they reside on the east coast of Barbados. And sometime during the day, police turned up at their home and told them that the landlord complained that they were praying too hard. Christian people. Now, there's a church nearby that on Sundays they're allowed also. I mean, you're entitled to exercise your religion, isn't it? Anyway, that passed and they took nothing of it. On the next day, which would have been the 6th, they heard a loud knocking on the door. They didn't respond because they were at prayers. However, they heard the door open. While in the bedroom, which belonged to the daughter, the door was kicked off, and a number of police came in and took that family out of their home. Now, the family, horrified, scared, held hands because they were scared. And for some reason, in order to close back the door and going out, the father released the hands of his daughter and wife. And immediately, the police pounced on him. They pounced on him, cuffed him around his head, stood up on his stomach, handcuffed him hands and feet, and then for some reason asked somebody passing if they had a rope. They tied this young man up with rope and dragged him on the ground bodily to a police vehicle and threw him in the back of the vehicle. Now, while that was ongoing, the mother and daughter, terrified, were placed in another vehicle. What is really startling about this is that they weren't taken to the police station. They took the husband directly to the psychiatric hospital. Now, there are certain things that we in Barbados should be aware of. When there is a child involved in things, the police can come without a warrant if they believe that child's life is in danger. If there is a report of somebody acting irrational or psychotic, the community health officer can write something called an emergency order, and the police do not need a warrant. However, this family had not been acting strange. It appears that the landlord would have called a friend he has on more than one occasion and would have built a story historically in order to get this family where he wanted them and out of the building they had been living in for approximately 7-8 years. There's more to this because the landlord then, at that point, at the point of time of this incident, was not the landlord before. This was a young gentleman who had been given this entitlement through something called a gift of deed. So he was not the original person they had leased the apartment from, because they had a good rapport with the former landlord. But this one wanted the section they were in, and this is what transpired. Now I'm going to have to come back to you, and I want you to stay tuned to this, because this is something that could happen to anyone, and I want to tell you the ordeal that family went through in the process of this, okay? So stay tuned to Exposè. Press that subscribe button and just listen. Thank you.